God, that's a good coffee. Well, hello, and happy Preptober, officially. I'm gonna start this video off by saying that I have not written a word since Camp Nano back in April. Just so you understand where we're at today. Clearly I'm in a writing slump, but am I delusional enough to think that I can still beat National Novel Writing Month? Yes. I am a indie author. I self-published a book called Venture Below. It is available on Amazon if you're interested. It's also on Kindle Unlimited, so if you are a KU girly, go hit that up. It is a young adult fantasy fiction romance that I could make a whole video explaining how I wrote that book. What I worked on in Camp Nano back in April was the second book in the trilogy. And the issue is, I published Venture Below, I think in 2021. I don't even remember. That's where I'm at. We're kind of stepping out of the time frame that is appropriate to publish a second book, and that is why I am feeling very stressed and anxious about putting out the second book. It's been a really grueling process to make this second book work for me. I don't really like to plot a lot of details when I plot, and I had to. Every single plot point I had to write out. That's how stressed out I was getting about this book, so I wanted to make sure it all worked out because I do know the rest of the series, but it was just the second book. Like, me and my main character, we were beefing. Me and her. We were like hand-to-hand combat. We were not getting along. I think I'm at a place where I like what's going on and I understand my main character the best I can, if that makes sense. Something reignited my passion for writing and inspired me to pick back up the series. So I want to give a huge shout out to my childhood bestie, Elena. I love you so much. She's an incredible Spanish teacher, so she invited me to come to her classroom and speak on writing fiction to students that were the age I was when I wrote these books. It was kind of full circle, the whole thing. So I was really loving it. Her students are incredible. I loved every single one of them. Just being able to speak about fiction and then hearing these students tell me what they were working on and how excited they were and all of their ideas. And I was like, oh my God, I need to do this again. What was the cherry on top was when I was getting ready to leave, one of the students picked up my book and asked if they could start reading it right then and there. You could just tell when you're like sucked into a book, the whole world is gone and I'm only on this book. That's the vibe that they were giving, and I was like, oh my God. I forgot the feeling of somebody loving the world I created, and I was so focused on nitpicking every single detail about my writing, I forgot how much I loved to write. Period. That was incredible. That was, I think, the biggest reignition of my flame to freaking start writing again. And the second thing was I just finished reading Fourth Wing, which if you haven't checked out that reading vlog, I highly recommend you go check it out. That book is young adult fantasy fiction romance. The writing in it, the world building aspect of it, how I was feeling about the characters, just reading another fantasy book that was young adult, like really set my brain right back into that whole world. So I'm going to dive headfirst into writing again. In order to do that, we need to figure out what I'm writing for NanoWrimo. And if you're not familiar with NanoWrimo, it is National Novel Writing Month that anybody can do by the rules. Like, traditionally, it is a book that is a brand new concept that you have not written a word in, and then you spend the month of November writing 50,000 words. The way I struggled to write 10,000 words back in April, and I'm thinking I can do 50,000 words. The reason I'm saying what I'm going to be writing is because I'm trying to think practically and as well trying to have fun. The issue is I don't know if I will have very much fun writing the second book in the Venture series all month long and trying to force out 50,000 words. I think I have to kind of decide between a couple different ideas that I have. I'm not gonna give away full like plot details. I'm just gonna give like a vibe. Maybe I'll do plot details. I don't know yet. So I have written down some of the book ideas that I have, and we're gonna make a pro-con list, and I'm just gonna put like a tally mark by every pro and every con, and we're gonna see what I should do. Venture Book 2. That is called Venture Beyond. I don't even know how many words I have currently in it. The thing is, if I choose that book, I'm not going to rewrite all of what I've already written for like the 5th time. So I would more so be editing what I already have written, and then I'm still missing, like, let me try to make this make sense. I have rewritten this book too many times. Last time I rewrote the book, I really loved the ending. 3/4 to halfway mark, I really obsessed over. And the beginning half was trash. Back during Camp Nano, I rewrote the beginning half of the book, but what I'm missing is the middle. So I need to bridge those two halves, and I still haven't done that. So we're looking at a good 10 to 20K that I still need to write to finish the entire manuscript. I guess the pro would be that I don't have to write very much, but then the con is that I wouldn't be doing Nano traditionally, which I wanted to do. I would be kind of editing, rewriting some things. I'm gonna move on because I'm sick of talking about the Venture series. Before I went to California and spoke at Elena's school, I was this close to just torching the entire series and taking it off Amazon and just not finishing it. When I said yes to speaking at her school, I was like, I have to finish it for these students. At bare minimum, I need to put in the work just so they have a full story that they can love and at least have finished, even if they don't love it. Anyway, moving on to the next project. The temporary title is going to be reflective of the book itself. It is another fantasy series. I have some world building elements. I have most, if not all, of the main characters. I have their full breakdowns. I've got so much, but I don't have really any plot, and it's called The Sun and the Moon. All I'm really gonna say about it is that it's werewolves. It's werewolves, bro. If you can't tell, that's Jacob and Bella. And up here I do have Eddie, my Eddie boy. If you're not familiar, that's Twilight. So the pro is I'm obsessed and I want to write it so badly. A con, it is not the Venture series. And another con, I have nothing plotted, so I'd have to put extra work in to figure out what I'm even writing. Next up is, I'm just gonna call this Mystery Series. I do have a working title, but I don't want to even say anything. But I do have a name already, like a title. I have all of it. And this is another series. I don't know why, what is wrong with me? Why can't I write a standalone book? The pro is, I have the entire first book mapped out, completely plotted out. It's a cozy murder mystery, and I have all of the characters figured out. I have the entire first murder figured out. I've got literally all of that. I've written it all down. I have even what their characters look like and actors that I envision them to be, and I really love this cozy mystery series. I went through a very intense cozy mystery phase of life, and this is what sparked it. I was like, I could do that. I could write one of those. I'm gonna put a pro down because I have everything plotted out. The con is, it's not the Venture series. Let's think of another pro. Another pro is I have all the characters fleshed out. A con is I'm not passionate about it and I'm not feeling like writing it right this second. The way I'm a mood reader, I'm a mood writer, which is a problem. Okay, we're moving on. We're going fast. The next one is Untitled, and this I put as just nothing. I have no ideas for it. I have no characters, no genre even figured out, and this could be, I just sit down and come up with a brand new idea. This could be a standalone. I feel like I should challenge myself to write a freaking standalone. The pro would be that it would get me out of my comfort zone and force me to be creative. The con is I would have to step out of my comfort zone and come up with something creative. I'm gonna sit on this. I've been talking for way too long, and if you're still here, high five. Put a high five emoji in the comment section so I know you've been here this long. Maybe I do just a writing sprint for like 25 minutes and I just write in the world. It doesn't have to even be a scene in the book that's plotted. It could just be something super random with the characters and see what I'm gelling with. So I'm gonna take the next few days to do that. We're gonna see what I decide on. I have a feeling it's gonna be Venture, even though I really want it to be The Sun and the Moon. Ah! Wow. Am I right? A little lavender vanilla latte for this morning. 10 out of 10. I wanted to wrap up this video with a conclusion. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Let me refilm all of this. I'm trying this again. Also, I bought a ring light. Hopefully the lighting is better because the way our RV is set up is there's a lot of light that comes from this window, but no light that comes from this side. So I'm always like half lit up. I have decided that I am going to work on both the second book in my series and a zero draft of The Sun and the Moon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write that middle part that I was talking about and then also reread and do just basic edits as I'm going through. Then for The Sun and the Moon, I'm going to do a zero draft where I am basically finding my plot and figuring out more about my characters. Sometimes in writing them, you find them. So that's what I'm going to be doing for that. Kind of figuring out what I want the first book in this series to even really be. That's what I'm gonna do. So technically, yes, I am kind of cheating with NanoWrimo. Good morning. Hi, Pepper. Oh, she's gotta go use the bathroom. I know that I'm kind of cheating for Nano. I really need to finish Venture Beyond. We've been at this for too long. I think she got lost. Oh, she found it. And then The Sun and the Moon, I think I'm gonna have a good time. And technically that is a brand new book, so I would be writing that from scratch. My only goal for Nano really is that I work on both projects. That's my only real goal, and that I finish Venture Beyond. That's the real goal, is that I can finish this draft and actually be happy with it, but then also have fun writing The Sun and the Moon. You know what I mean? Oh, you're probably wondering, Taylor, what happened to that mystery series that you were talking about and like the Untitled? Like, did you write in those? No, I only wrote in Venture and The Sun and the Moon because, like I said, I'm a very mood writer type of a person, which is a problem as an author. I sat down to write the mystery one. I reread all of my plot. It's good. Characters that are solid, but it was not speaking to me. It would be torturous, literally, to have to write this right now. So I decided not to write it, and then I had no ideas for a brand new thing. Like, I had nothing in my head. The only person talking to me was a character from The Sun and the Moon, and I was like, you need to get out of my head. So that's why I'm like, I can't not work on it right now. What I'm writing during Nano, I am accepting is not going to be the final product, but it is going to get me to the final product. But that's why I feel like I need to work on Venture, is because whatever I am working on in Venture for NanoWrimo is going to be the final product. So that's why I'm like, I'm doing both. Like, calm down. Do I believe in myself that I can really do that? No. Do I also have a job? Yes. How am I gonna balance that? I don't know. Am I also gonna continue to make YouTube videos? Yes. I am not going to be vlogging for Nano. I'm gonna do the first few days vlog and then the last like wrap up of how I'm doing. I may update throughout the month, but I really just want to be able to focus on it. Stick around because next week is a little free library video and I'm donating like 15 books. So as you can tell, I'm just having an off day, but I really wanted to put this video out so you can kind of see where I'm at in my writing process and know that I'm still writing. Well, I'm gonna start writing again. It's gonna be an interesting month, I already know that. And then to top it all off, Iron Flame, which comes after Fourth Wing in the Empyrean, I think that's how you say it, series, comes out on November 7th. I'm gonna film a reading vlog, and that book is like 640 pages. And I plan on like putting out that video by that weekend. So I'm gonna lose quite a few days of writing. I need to kind of plan for that to happen, I guess, when I'm doing Nano. This is a long-winded video. If you are still here, I freaking love you. Pepper, are you okay? Those are potatoes. Leave those alone. This is my ferret. She is blind. How you doing? She gives kisses. She's gonna be like 9 or 10. That's all I got. 1 like equals 1 brain cell added to me. And comment down below if you are doing NanoWrimo, and if you are, what your goals are. 1 subscription to my channel is 1 new friend. I am your friend if you add me. If you hit subscribe, then I am your friend. You should do that. And then don't forget to turn on notifications. That's just like a way for me to text you that I got a new video out, you know? I'm just trying my best, man. I'm gonna go now and try to write some books. I'm fine.